Welcome in, everybody. This is the Blue Chip Breakdown, and I am your host, Bull. Now, we wanted to stream Buford's, their signing day, but we're having some technical difficulties. But we're still working on it, so we might still be able to do it. So it does sound like Justin Baker has already signed, so that's a really good thing. At this point, the only other target for Tennessee would be Jaden Pilati. So we are waiting to see if maybe we can get that up in time to see what he does. Obviously, he's currently committed to USC. He was formerly committed to UGA, but he's kind of switching things around. Obviously, he really does like Tennessee. We will see if we can't find a way to maybe get this thing back up and running. It looks like we might. Let me see. Give me just bear with me off for just a second. But hey, look, please do make sure to like and subscribe as soon as y'all come in, and actually give me just a moment so that I can get this thing fixed. It looks like we might have it, but give me just a second, and I will be right with you. Thank you so much for your patience. All right, so it looks like we do have it working. Just bear with me for just a moment, and we are going to get y'all going. Looks like I don't think that we've missed Jaden just yet, so that's good news. But let's go ahead and start it up. All right, so it looks like it froze back up on us. All right, so I'm sorry about that, y'all. Having some major technical difficulties. Everything that or anything that can go wrong will go wrong. But I can hear it. I don't know for it to keep on freezing up on y'all, but I will let you know what Jaden does end up doing. But actually, you know what we could do while we're just kind of waiting on that, because obviously it's a big deal with this one right here. We can go ahead and take a look at the class, because that's something I did want to look at on the previous stream. So let's take a look at that. Let's just take a look and see where we are at currently inside of this class, and I will pull this up for y'all. All right, so boom. So this is with Isaiah Campbell added. Okay, you can see that we didn't move, not an inch. We're still 10th nationally, seventh in the SEC. And I thought that him being added to this class, being such a obviously he's the top rated player that's actually signing with us. You would think that that would have helped us out a little bit more. But if we could add one more player like a Jaden Pilati, maybe that can move us some. Probably not too much though. So I thought maybe we could make it to about top five, but it's looking like hopefully top 10, higher than just 10th, maybe ninth, unless they haven't updated anything, which it kind of, to me, it just looks like they didn't, because literally nothing's changed. It doesn't like anything at all has changed. So sorry about the technical difficulties, y'all. But I am going to keep y'all as up to date as possible. All right, so let me see. Actually, it looks like It already has. He's committed. So I don't know if y'all are talking about Jaden or if you're talking about Shady. I'm going to try to get to those chats here in just a minute. But I think that the class is shaping up well, y'all, and I would love to know y'all's thoughts about that. Actually, it looks like this is Jaden up right now. Let me see if maybe I can get this in here. Hold on one second. Bear with me. Bear with me. Um, hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
As a sophomore because of his physicality and play on the field. He is one of the leaders of our defense. It has been a pleasure to watch him grow and mature as a young man. The opportunity to coach guys like this don't come around often, but you
And that
can
is
on a
Jaden right
team.
there with that big T hat.
He reminds me of all the guys I've coached with for years. Having to get on them every once in a while to get it right, but when they show up on Friday night and they want to win, it's a special thing. I appreciate you, man. Great job, Jaden. You sign it. Next, Kenya Rivera.
All right, so man, look, I'm sorry about that, y'all. I know we just went through a whole bunch of stuff to try to get that going. Actually, let me. All right, so sorry about that. Hopefully, y'all could see it, but Jaden did sign with Tennessee, so he has officially flipped and he has officially signed. This is a guy that we talked about for the longest time. Signing day, signing day, signing day. Signing day has come, and Jaden Pilati is a Tennessee Volunteer. And man, look, he's one of the most versatile players in this entire class. He's one of my favorite players in this class. We will get to his film breakdown. It'll probably be coming out tomorrow, but I'll just tell you right here, right now, 3 for 3 guy. He can play up front. He can play linebacker, sideline to sideline, and he can play in the secondary. That's how good of a versatile athlete he is. He's big, 6'3", about 220ish pounds, something like that. And he is a dog. Okay, he is mean on the field. Everything that you would want. Jada most definitely has all those tools. So it is a huge day for our Tennessee Volunteers. I think in adding a guy like Jaden Pilati, coming from Buford High School, obviously Justin Baker is really big too. Like I think he's only a 3-star still with On3. That rating is way, way, way wrong. Very good player. Puts me a lot in the mind of like a D Samp. There's a lot of people that talk about Morris being like D Samp, but to me, Justin Baker's a little bit more like him, especially this version, like this year's version of D Samp, where he's bigger. He's able to make people miss. That's Justin Baker. He's already probably about 205, 210 pounds. And I think that D Samp is he might be 210, right? So he's going to continue to get bigger. He can even add more weight to his frame. So we got 2 studs from Buford High School. And I'm very, very proud of what this staff has put together. Let me try to get to some of these chats, some of these newer ones. If we've got, let me see, did we miss out on anything up top? We can start off right here with Vol Fan for Life. What's going on? Saying, is it bad that I hope Shady has a horrible career at Florida? Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be wishing bad. I'm not wishing bad on him by any means, man. It is just business. It's not personal. Riley Helton saying, yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, I think we're on the same page with that. From Claude Brown saying football is a business. Football is a business decision anymore, just like taking higher paying jobs. Yeah, I mean, that's what this thing is. And it's always been business, y'all. Like at some points, maybe you felt like it was personal. Maybe sometimes it was personal. But I mean, this is about their future, right? Like, I mean, this is serious business. David Zerline, and I hope that I'm saying your name correctly, sir. But thank y'all for joining us. I think all this stuff is hard for these kids. You have to remember they're only 18 and 19-year-old kids, always being pushed in a million different ways. I wish him the best myself. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to, because look, like I was just saying, Tennessee's class is fine. Yeah, was Shady really good? Was he one of my favorite players in this class? Of course. Do I wish that he would have signed with us? Of course. Does it hurt me some that he's going to Florida? Sure. But am I personally mad at him? No. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not. Shady is a good kid. I've talked to him some, and I think that he is a dog. I don't know exactly what the ultimate factor was for him to switch. Sounds like it was money motivated, and that people are talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. You're not going to leave that on the table whenever you could help your family out significantly. I mean, just it would be dumb not to take that. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it. Now, David Zerline's also saying we don't have any thoughts or talks that these kids have. We need to support them in their life goal. Yeah, man. And look, the transfer portal is still there. So it's not like the guys that commit somewhere coming out of high school can't end up transferring back to Tennessee. I think we do have to be very careful with bad mouthing people because that can keep them away from wanting to come to a school. A lot of folks don't think that that's true, but I promise you that is true. You got to be very careful what you put out there on social media. Now from Big Bad Leo saying Shady hasn't signed yet, though. That's a question mark. I think that he has already signed. Riley Hilton saying I'd rather Shady at Florida than Georgia. 1,000,000,000%. And that's another reason that I have a lot of respect for that young man, because people thought that he was going to UGA. But you could tell a lot about players from the state of Georgia that don't go to Georgia. Those guys are typically not front-running cowards. You go to Georgia whenever you say, oh, look, I want everything easy. I just want to sit here right on the coattails of everybody else and, win national championships and things like that. He said, hey, look, I'm going to go to a Florida team that, went 7-5 this season. Yeah, they did better than some people thought. And I'm not trying to boost up Florida, but I'm just trying to, like, his mindset is not, I have no reasons to be upset with Shady. Tim, what's going on? He's saying that we got Pilati 100%. I think you called that early. So that's a good call by you, Tim. Right here from David Zerline saying, yeah, he has go look at On3. Okay, so they're just talking about some of the signings. Let's see if we got anything new. Let's get to this one. G-Force is saying so much talent at Buford, 100%. And also from G-Force, thanks for getting us the inside scoop on Buford. You said it from the beginning that this will be a signing day decision. Yeah, thank you so much for that. G-Force, appreciate it. Windy City Vol saying bye-bye Shady. We're building a nasty defense right now after Pilati and Campbell. Yeah, so that's the thing, y'all. I mean, the portal in NIL, it takes away. You just got to be happy with who is coming here. The class is crazy. Like, the class is absolutely loaded. I want to see if they're going to update it with Jaden, though. That's kind of what I'm waiting to see. And I guess he would be a little bit – I don't see him on here just yet, man. On3, obviously, with today being signing day, they're not moving as quickly as they normally would. So I'm just kind of scrolling through right now. I know that y'all can't see what I'm scrolling through, but it's just On3. Do not see it updated just yet. But that's something that we could talk about on a different video. But, I do really appreciate y'all for joining us and definitely appreciate all the patience with all the technical difficulties. Wish y'all could have saw more of it, but at least we got you some of Jaden and things like that. But that's going to be it for this one. Let me see. Let me get to this one right here from Austin Roller, and then we're going to roll on up out the door. So from Austin Roller saying, with the way we finished this early signing day, what do you think are the main positions we will go after in the portal? Okay, so that's a really good question. So number one is definitely got to be interior offensive linemen, whether that's guard, whether that's center. We got to find some bodies there. And that might not even be number one. It might actually be defensive tackle. And it's tough, man. Offense and defense, really special teams, it's built inside out. So for that to be a question mark moving forward, it doesn't necessarily mean that we don't have guys that can play. I just personally, I have no idea how ready those players are. And I don't think that the staff, unless they're just 100% sold and sure, they can't take that chance to say, okay, these guys are, at about 75% of where we want them to be. And we think that they can get that 25% throughout the offseason. You can't take that chance. So you've got to add a body there. And I think that they're going to have to keep on rotating players. But I would say guard, I would say tackle on defense. And, man, I think that we might be fine at end. But the thing about it is we got guys like Joshua Josephs who could technically come back next season. I don't think he's coming back. I think he's done enough that he can go pro. And so we might have to find another body there. Wide receiver, sounds like there's some players that might be, hitting that portal coming up here soon. I saw that Keith did hit the portal. Obviously, Vice and Lang's already hit it. So I think that we're fine at running back, though. I think that we're going to be fine there. But wide receiver could definitely be another spot. And to me, that's pretty much it. I mean, unless you want to go out, maybe get a little bit more athletic at safety, because we got some younger guys. Maybe we're not sure if they're ready just yet. Maybe safety could be another spot. If there's a can't miss target there, I think that, that's the place we might try to target as well. And then that's something else, y'all. Having guys like, Shady going to Florida, that frees up NIL money, whether it was for Jaden or whether it's for people inside the transfer portal. So, there's still a whole lot of time left, but I'm very, very excited about this class. It's saying just number 10 might move up to number 9. But I think that if you look at the totality of the mental makeup and all that type of stuff with this class, this is really top 5. I mean, this is going to be a very, very good class. I think this might be the best class that we've signed up under Coach Heupel. So I think it's great, man, from top to bottom. But let me see if I can get to any more of these. Okay. All right. So, hey, listen, again, thank y'all so much for joining us. But that is going to be it. We are going to go ahead and start on some of these film breakdowns and things like that. And actually, we might be able to come back with maybe like a midweek chat or something like that. We might be able to do that a little bit later. What we're at 6:30. We might still do that tonight, y'all, at about 7:38. If y'all want to talk some more about this class, if you want to talk more about college football playoffs, what this team needs to work on for us to be ready, all that type of stuff, maybe we can do that. I'm going to holler at my dog, Timmy G, see if he can join us. But that's it for this one. Thank you. Please do make sure to like and subscribe. We might see y'all a little bit later on tonight. Peace.